Welcome to Oracle Database Management Tools. In this chapter, we are going to use sqlplus to access the Oracle database, use Oracle Enterprise Manager Database Express, and use other database Oracle tools like Oracle Cloud Control and Oracle SQL Developer. Introduction to Oracle Database Management Tools. The first tool, which is sqlplus. sqlplus is a command line program that you use to submit SQL and PLSQL statements to Oracle database. You can submit statement interactively or in a batch mode. sqlplus is installed with database and is located under Oracle home/bin directory. The second tool, which is Oracle Enterprise Manager Database Express. Oracle Database Enterprise Manager Express is a graphical user interface for accessing Oracle database. It is application based on Oracle XML DB. You can access Oracle Database Express by a browser with a Flash player installed like Microsoft Internet Explorer or Firefox, Chrome, or other Internet Explorers. The third tool, which is SQL Developer. SQL Developer also is a graphical tool for accessing Oracle database. You can use Oracle SQL Developer to develop Oracle SQL and PLSQL objects like procedures, functions, packages, triggers, and so on. It comes with Oracle database installation by default. It exists under Oracle home/SQL Developer. Also in Oracle SQL Developer, you can browse database objects, run SQL statements and SQL scripts, edit and debug PLSQL statement. You can also run any number of provided reports as well as create and save your own. The last tool, which is Oracle Enterprise Manager Cloud Control, which is a system management software that delivers centralized monitoring, administration, and lifecycle management functionality for the complete IT infrastructure, including systems running Oracle and non-Oracle technologies. So it allows you to monitor and manage the complete Oracle IT infrastructure from a single console. Use sqlplus to access the Oracle database. You can use the Oracle sqlplus command line interface to execute SQL and PLSQL commands either in interactive mode or in batch mode. Use sqlplus interactively. To use sqlplus in interactive mode, just type sqlplus command followed by the database username. For example, here we are using system user. Once you type sqlplus and the name of the user system, Oracle will ask you to provide the password for the user provided here. Once you log in to the database, you can type then your statements. For example, select count star from DBA_tables. Use sqlplus in batch mode. There are two ways to run sqlplus in batch mode. The first one, which is calling SQL script from sqlplus, and the second one, which is calling sqlplus commands from a shell script. Calling SQL script from sqlplus, you can call an existing SQL script from within sqlplus. So in our example, we have a script called insert_dept.sql. This script contains 4 SQL statement, 2 insert statement and commit, and then select a statement. The first way to call this script is by logging first to the database using sqlplus command, sqlplus, providing the name of the user, for example system, and then providing the password. Once you connected to the database, you can using @operator followed by the script name. This is the first way to call SQL script. The second way to call SQL script from sqlplus is by using @operator and followed by the script name directly after using sqlplus command. This is the second way to call the SQL script. The second way to call sqlplus commands in batch mode is by using a shell script. You can call sqlplus commands from a shell script in Unix and Linux environments or bat file in Windows environment by invoking sqlplus and using the SQL statement after logging to the database. In our example, we have a batch_insert.sh, and this is the contents of the script. You can run the script by using batch_insert.sh. The second tool for managing Oracle database is by using Oracle Enterprise Manager Database Express. Oracle Enterprise Manager Database Express can be configured while creating a database using DBCA. If you don't configure Oracle Enterprise Manager Database Express while creating the database, you can use dbms_xdb_config package to configure Oracle Database Manager Database Express. In our example here, we don't configure Oracle Database Express. So first of all, you have to check if you configure Oracle Database Express by getting HTTP port or HTTPS port. If get HTTPS or HTTP port returns 0, that means it's not configured. You can use dbms_xdb_config.set HTTP port or HTTPS port to configure Oracle Database Express. Once configured, in our example we use port 5500. You can launch or access Oracle Database Manager by using a URL HTTP or HTTPS, depends on your configuration, followed by : host name of your server, the port used in the configuration, /em. You can access this URL in any browser like Microsoft Internet Explorer or Firefox, or Chrome, or other Internet Explorers. Oracle Database Manager Database Express is used only for managing one database. In case you have 2, 3, or 4 databases, for example, you have to configure Database Express for each database. Oracle Enterprise Manager Database Express requires that the XMLDB components are installed. All Oracle version 12.1.0 databases have XMLDB installed. If you are upgrading from 11G, for example, or 10G to 12C, make sure XMLDB components exist before trying to configure Oracle Database or Oracle Enterprise Manager Database Express. Logging into Enterprise Manager Database Express, as we discussed before, we have to use the URL in your Internet Explorer, for example Firefox or Microsoft Internet Explorer. Here we have the URL http : name of the host : port number for the database express /em. Enter. Once you click enter, a login page displayed for you. You have to provide the database username. For example, we are using system, and the password for the database user. Once you logged into Oracle Database Express, you can see the home page of Oracle Database Express. In the home page, there is a status for the database. In the status, you can see some information about the database, name of the database, instance name, platform name, host name, and other things. Here are performance generic information about the performance, CPU, memory, data storage, active sessions, and so on. There are 4 tabs in Oracle Enterprise Manager Database Express. The first one, which is configuration. This configuration tab is used to change database properties, to change initialization parameters as well. In storage, to configure table spaces, data files, control files, read logs, and so on. In security tab, you can configure users, roles, profiles. In performance tab, you can monitor Oracle database performance. Other Oracle tools: Oracle SQL Developer and Oracle Cloud Control. Oracle SQL Developer is a tool that allows standalone graphical browsing and development of database schema object, as well as execution of database administrative tasks. So Oracle Database SQL Developer, by default, it comes with Oracle Database 12c installation. Oracle Cloud Control. Oracle Cloud Control offers a solution that allows you to monitor and manage the complete Oracle IT infrastructure from a single console. It also can be used to monitor non-Oracle products like IBM WebSphere application, Microsoft SQL Server, Juniper Networks, NetScreen, firewalls, and so on. So Oracle Enterprise Database Express is used only for single database, while Oracle Cloud Control is a huge solution that can be used to manage and monitor multiple applications and multiple databases. So in this chapter, we use SQL Plus to access Oracle database, use Oracle Enterprise Manager Database Express, and discuss about other tools like SQL Developer and Oracle Cloud Control. In the practice, we are going to use SQL Plus to connect to Oracle database and configure Oracle Database Express, and last thing, which is using Enterprise Manager Database Express to log into the database. I hope this video was informative for you, and thank you for watching.